Hello, hello. This is the daily human design energy report for April 7th, 2023. And so, definitely still feeling that full moon, the gate of instinct, really leaning into trusting our intuition more. The more we trust the intuition, the more we start to listen to our body, the more we start to love ourselves, the more we start to trust ourselves. There's this whole beautiful cycle that starts happening with self trust, self love. And so, really letting go of anything that is not serving us in that way, what is constricting us from allowing that to happen. And so, really reflecting on that as the sun has come into the third line of gate 51. And so gate 51 is that gate of initiation, the arousing. And so the third line, that really trial and error, figuring things out. And so the key word here is adaptation. And the life-sustaining awareness that thinks on its feet and thus creates opportunities. The power of spontaneity in times of challenge. The destabilization that occurs when one's field of normal activity is radically and unpredictably disturbed, where the tendency is withdrawn after the adaptation. The ego that may be disabled in times of challenge. And so playing around with this flexibility, right? This energy of flexibility, and how can we set ourselves up and be prepared, right? This is the channel of initiation, and we want to kind of have some things that are prepared, but also how can we maintain some openness so that we can achieve and not achieve, that we can receive things that are meant to come our way, right? There needs to be some room, some fluidity in almost everything that we're doing, so that, because the universe really does have a divine plan, and sometimes, and usually almost always, is way bigger and better than we would have thought. And so we want opportunity like that to come into play. And so how can we have room for openness and spontaneity? And also, when we are feeling a little troubled or are feeling a little challenged, how can we also check into our strategy, check into our authority, and also check into our chart in general on finding that area of passion, and coming back to the things that light us up, so that we can raise our vibration, so that we can do something spontaneous maybe in that way to shift the energy, to break it up, to create some movement in that. And yet again, creating possibility, right? All about creating possibility. Having this spontaneity and having this room, this flexibility, will create more room for movement. It will create some more space to allow things to unfold the way that they need to. We want to have this is that channel of initiation is really knowing, okay, this is an area that I want to go in, and this is kind of a piece that I want to do, and but also learning to trust the process and learning to trust the unfolding of that, and knowing that sometimes we can't be 100% in full control over everything at all times, and so where can we kind of let go of the reins? Where can we kind of learn how to shift, to adapt, so that we can find a little bit more ease, a little bit more flow? And sometimes that might mean that maybe we have to let go, or we have to shift into another possibility or opportunity. And we get the Cupido Dissolvi. And so deciding to go from a different deck tonight, the beautiful White Light Oracle. I actually did this on our full moon. And so let's see what the author says about this message. It's time to let go. Things are working out in their own way. Trust that your heart is wise and leading you on a soul healing journey, and that on the right spiritual path. Spirit wants you to bring you a blessing and a resolution, but you must let go and allow it to happen. Events are unfolding accordingly to a higher plan. Even if your plans are going awry, know that all will come together in the right time and in the best way possible. Surrender your struggle and hold on to your faith. And so, yeah, sometimes we have to lean into those possibilities, and we have to just ignite, and it started, right? Get started, take one step, start doing the process, and then allow the story to unfold. You do not need to be in control in order to be safe and have things work out in the best possible way. In an often spiritually deficient modern culture, we have developed a kind of mystical amnesia. We have forgotten the genuine, effective, and astonishing power of the spirit intervention that can be invoked by an open heart. This oracle brings you a message from spirit. There is a problem in your life that seems very real and sustainable. Yet, if you approach it from a more mystical perspective, desiring spiritual connection and healing, that issue can dissolve. It can be absorbed into spiritual light and it can be healed. It can be transformed in such a way that your current viewpoint of suffering will cease to exist. The path for healing you have yet to recognize. As you let go of what you think it should be or must be, you will recognize perhaps an unexpected path to your true healing and inner fulfillment opening up before you. The Latin phrase cupido dissolvi refers to the desire to dissolve, to be absorbed into the luminosity of the soul, where there is beauty, relief, and peace. To enter in such a state requires a loosening of our attachments and our fixations upon our problems in the physical world. It does not mean that we deny our troubles. In letting go, we give spirit permission to heal the state of the heart and the mind that has led us to these difficulties. Wow. As we forgive and enter the temple of the heart, we can see beautiful visions of what is now possible. Feelings of euphoria may awaken. We realize that we have set ourselves free from the past. A constant weight that only once weighed heavily upon our hearts has been cast off our spiritual will. It's the landscape of the heart. We must let go what we think and engage with what we feel. Yes, trust in the spirit, let go, and receive. Yes, yes, yes. We have to learn how to set up some steps, put some things into process, and keep that faith, keep that trust. Yes, there is work in that. There is still things. We're not just sitting back, not doing anything, but sometimes the work is holding that faith. Sometimes the work is sharing the idea. Sometimes the work is just having a conversation. It is not necessarily forcing all of these things to happen, but sometimes those small little pieces are huge connectors to the overall bigger piece, and it's showing that you have this focus. It's showing that this is something that is ringing true to you, but you're trusting and you are not forcing, and you're keeping your vibration high, and you're coming from this place of passion and love and knowing that it's going to unfold and work out divine. Thank you so much for tuning in every day. Thank you for choosing yourself and choosing to live a life in alignment. Please share these videos. Please comment down below if they resonate with you. You can shoot me an email, Christine@essentialstrong.com. I'd love to chat. We can do a private reading. And I will see you all tomorrow. Sending you all much love.